Sleep paralysis.
Sleep paralysis is a feeling of being awake or conscious while not being able to move, and it usually occurs while you're about to fall asleep or wake up. While it can only happen only once or twice in most people's lives, it can be a very traumatic experience depending on what happens while you cannot move. Sleep paralysis experiences are usually accompanied by visual, auditory, or sensory hallucinations that can fall under one of three categories. The first one is called the intruder, and it feels like there's a threatening presence or aura in the room you are in, which kind of feels like the time you follow your uncle into his room after he gave you a candy at a family reunion. This hallucination is usually accompanied by doorknobs turning and footsteps. The second type of sleep paralysis is called Incubus, or what I like to call the sadist succubus experience. During this sleep paralysis, you will feel as if you are being strangled or sexually assaulted by a sinister being, and will start to feel pressure on your body as well as experience breathing difficulties. If you are a
masochist,
you'll probably get turned on by an experience like this, but if you aren't, this experience will probably turn you into one. The last type of sleep paralysis is called the
vestibular motor.
Where you're experiencing
Vestibular motor.
it can feel like an out-of-body experience where you're floating or hovering over your own body. This one is by far the coolest one to have because it makes you feel like Aang when he's entering the avatar state. Oftentimes, hallucinations known as sleep paralysis demons appear during sleep paralysis. These demons can either appear kinetically or visually. When they appear visually, they can come in many shapes or forms but usually appear as a terrifying creature that sits on your stomach. I've had so many demons in the form of either a faceless man or a looming shadow, but never a big TD anime succubus. Life's unfair, man. I have what you would call serious sleep paralysis. It started last year and it happens to me roughly 3 times every night, and it can honestly be quite annoying sometimes, but on the bright side, I get to experiment with my sleep paralysis. And like a shonen anime protagonist, over the past year, I've had my sleep paralysis training arc. I trained and experimented to do all sorts of things during my sleep paralysis, such as talking, singing, and trying to move a finger. After vigorous training and countless hours of practice, I can now proudly move my finger and talk during my sleep paralysis, which made me kind of feel like the Albert Einstein of sleep paralysis discovering the secrets of the universe. Sleep deprivation, stress, and irregular sleep schedules are the main culprits causing sleep paralysis, which is probably why I have so many sleep paralysis episodes. However, there are some steps you can take to reduce your sleep paralysis episodes. And not to sound like your parents, but you shouldn't be using electronic devices an hour before sleep and should follow a consistent sleep schedule, which I definitely do. Sleeping on your back is probably one of the biggest reasons for sleep paralysis, so a simple fix will be to either sleep on your sides or your stomach. Fun fact, according to research, sleeping on your stomach with your hands above your head greatly increases your chances of getting wet dreams. Now that I say that, you're probably gonna try it later, aren't you? Although sleep paralysis can be a very terrifying experience, if you do manage to fall back asleep during sleep paralysis, there is a high chance you will experience lucid dreaming. Lucid dreams are a type of dream where the dreamer becomes aware that they are dreaming. When transitioning from sleep paralysis to dreaming, your mind is still relatively awake, which allows you to be conscious even in your dream. Sometimes you are able to control your lucid dreams, which means you can have more wet dreams with a celebrity crush, that hot neighbor down the street, your sister if you're from Alabama, or your pet dog. So all in all, even though sleep paralysis is supposed to be scary, if you're horny enough, you can probably turn it into an enjoyable experience.